It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got some history in this battle of AFL alumni. It's the Miami Dolphins and the Kansas City Chiefs, and it's all up next.
The usual sea of red here in this spectacular venue has been turned white as we are high above snowy GEHA Field at Arrowhead Stadium in KC. Tonight we've got a great AFC matchup on tap as it is the Miami Dolphins taking on the defending Super Bowl champions, the Kansas City Chiefs. Welcome again, one and all. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Brandon Gordon-on-Hand alongside Charles Davis. And yes, the storyline here, the weather, snow, and more of it expected as this game continues. So how will that impact how this one goes?
Can these teams ignore the distraction and the strangeness of playing in a snow game? Because it actually affects the crowd as well. That big roar you get is often muffled when there's a snow game. And the second part, what's the footwear you got on? Does that fit the turf you're playing on? And how will it handle as things get a little bit slick?
Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and into a sea of red. We're underway in Kansas City. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And simply put, for many, he's the gold standard for quarterbacks in today's NFL because of his ability to create, find the open man, use all the different arm angles that he has. He's a complete package, and boy, his team loves to play around him.
Here's Pacheco to begin the drive. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. A solid run on first down, gain of 7, leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's 2nd down and 3. Here's Mahomes to throw. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. Just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. They'll run it down with Gray. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. 9 yards that time. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Mahomes now on first down. This one complete. It's Rashee Rice. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City first down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Well, first drive here, and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
On first down, Mahomes. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And again, it's Mahomes. Over the middle, that's hauled in by Tony. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 14. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. And a defensive-minded coach loves to turn up the heat, turns it up there, it pays off.
And back in the good old days, those defensive-minded coaches just talked about intimidating teams, using force, right, beating them to the punch. In this case, they're talking about creating turnovers. That's all they preach, all game long, all practice long, every meeting. Get the football. That's what they want.
The Dolphins take the field with Tua Tagovailoa, their quarterback from Alabama, at the helm.
The secret to his game and his success? Incredible chemistry with each and every one of the guys who catches passes with it. And not only does he ask them to stay after practice or meet him before practice, he actually demands it because he knows if they have that kind of chemistry built up, they'll be hard to beat each and every ball game.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Bear in mind, that wasn't a big lineman back there for the tackle for loss. That was a cornerback.
So are you saying the myth has been shattered? That all of them are not just cover corners? Some of them actually will stick their nose in and tackle when necessary? That's what we just saw, isn't it?
2nd down, here's Mostert again. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. With the snow coming down, I expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
3rd and 8. Tua will get a throw. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Good work on the scamper by Tagovailoa. It's a first down.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
They'll run. Here's Devon Achane. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd down and a yard. A run with Mostert up the middle. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. And the officials here are going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to Arrowhead. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. He'll take this to the 46. But now he appears to be in some pain. We'll step aside and get an update when we return to KC. From the 46, here's 2nd down and 7. Up the middle, Achane. And he'll take this close to a first down at the Chiefs' 41.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. On play action, here's Tua. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short. but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. Jake Bailey on now to punt here on 4th down. Waiting on it will be Richie James. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Arrowhead. It's the Chiefs in possession. The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. And they'll be looking to atone for last time's mistake of fumbling inside the red zone. Certainly they don't want to do that again.
And so much emphasis placed on red zone offense. I mean, you have periods devoted in practice just for that, because everyone knows how vital it is to put points on the board when you've entered that part of the field. And to come away with nothing, that's difficult for a team to handle.
And difficult, and now we'll see if they can make it less difficult on themselves on this drive. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Mahomes. His throw incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. They go play action. Now Mahomes. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another 1st down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Gets this into the hands of Gray, the tight end.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 8. Looking to throw is Mahomes. That's complete to Tony. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins 33. 12 yards there as they move the chains.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game. It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series, because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes. Able to find Gray here. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
We'll put that one in the win column for the defense. Trying to contain tight ends in the passing game is so difficult nowadays, but they did in a big way there.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
Now how about this throw right here? Had to throw it to the left sideline, and you know the timing's got to be correct on this one. Ball's got to be right where it needs to be, and it was. That's because he had great arm strength on that one, able to drive the football. Quarterbacks love it when they can show off their arms.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. Right back to Tony. He's got another one. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot. We'll see Kelsey in the slot to the left. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Kadarius Toney from 3 yards out. And the Chiefs post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Well executed there offensively. Defense looked a little confused, but he found his receiver, and that one good for 6 points.
And the payoff we just saw there tells us how many times they ran this play in practice over the past few weeks, because they executed that flawlessly right here on game day when the situation arose.
You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. So Miami coming out for their second drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Off of play action, Tagovailoa. And that one to the right side and incomplete.
You still hold your breath a little as a defense when Tua gets out of the pocket. You're worried about him scrambling and getting a first down. But there, he made the wise call. If there's nothing downfield, just throw it away.
Game clock sitting at 2:02, so they'll get one play before the 2-minute warning. Tua once again here on 2nd and 10. The short throw there, that's to Smythe, the tight end. Third and 4. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
Well, they've moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to, again, amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
Here's Jake Bailey now. And a fair catch called for, made just outside the 15-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And that'll be caught by Tony. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 2nd and a couple. On play action, it's Mahomes. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. He already had the 1 fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. got to find a way to take care of it. Otherwise, they may have to start thinking about maybe someone different at that position.
The Dolphins taking over now late in this first half. And now following that turnover, they've got an opportunity here to try to cash in with good field position before intermission. Following the fumble recovery, here's Tua. A quick throw there is incomplete.
They started this drive backed up against the wall by the turnover. But I love their fight, planted their feet, and forced incompletion on first down.
Here's 2nd and 10. Tua sets up to pass it. A short throw there, that's to Smith, the tight end. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Third and 2. Now Tua. And that is incomplete. The Kansas City defense tough to throw on there. And now it's 4th down.
Sometimes the game is pretty simple. Put a few extra defensive backs on the field, give them nowhere to throw the football, force the incompletion, and get off the field on 3rd down.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They're going for it. Here's Tua with it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down, and the Chiefs' defense comes up with a stop. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Throwing on first down is Mahomes. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now 2nd and 3. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. That is the first time that they've targeted him that he has not come down with a catch.
He's caught everything that's been thrown his way, a dominant pass receiver that can break down any defense, because when he's doing that kind of work, it really hurts you on the back end.
And even though it's an incompletion there, I think they're going back to that well. And it is caught. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Mahomes. Throwing the out route here, and it's complete to Kelsey. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And again, it's Mahomes. He rifles one, that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Dolphins are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we've reached halftime with just the lone touchdown here. 7-0 is our score. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, back to you two in just a bit. But first, welcome everyone to downtown Orlando and our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Coach.
We were treated
to
to
adjustments are
first
still
half
going to
in the
play a big
gunfight.
role in this third quarter. What's been
This touchdown pass is the only score of the game thus far, as his guys hold a 7-0 lead to this point.
Not too many breaks ahead according to the radar. More snow on the horizon as we are back underway in half number 2. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition scored to take the lead. Now we'll see if these guys can get a score of their own to regain that lead.
Yeah, they want to have that type of a response, don't they? Because they want to find a way to take control of this ball game one more time. Gauntlet's been thrown down. They want to see if they're ready to answer it.
2nd and 6. Once again, it's Mostert. And he'll take this to about the 24, a gain of 3.
I have to think a major focus in the halftime means had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, you pointed out to me at half, seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Powers through, and he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it, pick up first downs.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Caught that look from me there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
From the gun, it's Tua. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Tua going to throw. They set up the screen. Achane has it. And they'll get him down at the 34, and he's going to be short of the first by a few yards. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
The Dolphins will send out the punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. The call for a fair catch, and it's made at about the 23-yard line. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And they work this well upfield across the 35. yards on the play. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
From the 48-yard line, here's a 2nd and 8. To throw, it's Mahomes. He'll drop that off to Edwards-Helaire. They follow up the gain of 2 with a gain of 1 that time. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Now here's Mahomes. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds it for the 1st down.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 30-yard line. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And that one incomplete, but now a penalty flag coming in late. That might be PI. Well, they frustrated these receivers tonight, really held down the passing game, but there got the penalty.
Fine line between aggressive, good coverage, and interference, and they crossed it on that play.
And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Here's Mahomes to throw, and that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
That's a pretty play there. Got in at the last second, helped force the ball free, and kept them out of the end zone.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Throwing now is Mahomes. And that's caught. It's Kelsey. Touchdown, Kansas City. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Chiefs go up by 2 touchdowns. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Extra point by Bunker is on target, and it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Braxton Berrios selected to bring it out. And they can't bring him down. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36. Miami set to take over. They're staring at a 2-touchdown deficit, 14-0 the score as they regroup with 1st and 10. They fake the handoff, now Tua. This one complete to Jalen Warren. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
Well, that's the kind of play that was lacking all the way through the first half. Maybe this can give them a little bit of a spark because they're not out of this game by any stretch.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. Nick Bolton there on the tackle.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Now, meanwhile, a final play here is incomplete, and that's going to take us to the end of the 3rd quarter of play. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And going deep for Hill. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Now on 4th down here, that pass knocked away and incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. So they really needed points here in a 2-score game. Could not come away with anything there on 4th.
And while we know they're a little bit discouraged here, they can't check out of this game. You and I have called a good number of games over the course of our career where we've seen these types of situations. Teams getting the ball back, and that miracle does occur. So they can't let that dream.
Touchdown! Travis Kelce with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Chiefs have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. Well, that's pretty impressive, Charles. It's one thing to be an elite speed wide receiver and have all that yards after the catch into the end zone, but from your tight end?
Yeah, you don't get that very often. What you're describing is more like a Tyreek Hill, a Devontae Adams, and Antonio Brown. You're not talking about a guy that lines up or can line up in line and look like an extra tackle on running plays. He took that bad boy downfield just like he was a scat back.
Before the game, he told me, I'm going to have a zinger or 2 today. And I went, a zinger or 2? I guess that's a zinger, right?
That's a zinger.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Dolphins getting set to go here. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. Just what silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you or what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like 1 possession left and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
3rd and 1, and Tua wants to throw it. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the first. Now a throw here, hold in. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That'll give them 8 that time, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple. Looking to pass. Tua. Throw caught by Achane. Yeah, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice first down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is going against you. You want to find out who's going to fight, who's going to scrap, who's going to keep their heads up.
And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 38 yards. And the Dolphins are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. All right, so this one not quite over yet. Back to a 2-score game, CD.
Yeah, and you've still got 4+ minutes to go, so when you think about comebacks, it's happened before. Now, it hasn't happened often, but you've got to think to yourself, let's be the next great comeback story and play this one out.
Extra point up and good by Sanders, and they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. And the Chiefs now getting set to go. This game was really a tussle, seemed like just a moment ago, and now they've got the momentum. A couple of scores on their last pair of drives and a 2-score lead. I think here now you go conservative, right? Run the football, work the clock.
You know, I usually agree with you, but I'm going after them right here. I
Really?
want to put this bad boy away. I wouldn't be afraid to throw it. They've got all the confidence, all the momentum on their side. Go ahead and take your dagger shots and try and finish this one off.
I disagree vehemently. I say run the football, you've got the lead.
Well, let's watch it and find out who's right.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Mahomes going to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. And now another one thrown incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them, because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it'll be Dolphin football. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. Now a throw here to his running back. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. Fourth quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the second touchdown. You got the first one for the second one to even matter.
And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Dolphins have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Sanders now to add the extra point. It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And he returns this to the 22. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And with that last touchdown, I mean, we're set up for a good finish here. Some things to consider, Charles. Obviously, it's a very close game. You're in the fourth quarter. Defensively, they've got all 3 timeouts in their back pocket.
So the chess match really ramps up, doesn't it? Because in these situations, what do? Do you run the ball and kill the clock here? Or do you try and bury them with another score? And how about defensively? Do you use your timeouts at the earliest opportunity? Or wait till you hit the 2-minute warning? So there's a lot going into this one. Let's see how each side goes about their strategy.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. They'll set up the screen to Pacheco. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ball game. Now this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. Try to take this home, they'll run. And he will have a Chiefs first down. And that's the one that should seal the victory. Here's Pacheco once again. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Pacheco gets it up the gut. And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Victory in the cards now for the Chiefs as they take a knee here. So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, but he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can fly away with smiles on their faces.
And what real estate people tell us all the time, it's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, they were down to a final chance to retake the lead and home field advantage. I can help you all what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So that'll just about